Hey everybody, this is Mitch. I just want to show you something I found on Google Earth recently that kind of has me perplexed. What we're looking at here is what appears to be a footprint. Problem being is it's 1,000 feet long and probably 500 feet wide. Just to show you the scale, we'll go ahead and zoom out. Zoom in. 1,000 feet. Now, to me, that looks like a footprint. And if you were a giant being or whatever coming out of the ocean or stepping onto this planet for the first time, you would probably leave prints like this. And probably your left foot would still be a little wet. So when you took your next step, it would be like a muddy step right there because you'd be dripping salt water all over the place. So therefore there'd be tons of water just seeping off your clothing or whatever, and you'd probably take a step, slip, take another step, and then get up on top of the hill. Still seeping salt water, so that's what that white stuff is, and I'm imagining. There's another print with the salt still streaming off of it. So as you can see, there's all this salt water on the side of this hill. I'm assuming it would be just coming off the being's body, and you just keep following it. Then as you get further up this hillside, you've noticed I've marked some of the locations with markers just so I can stay on the topic here. But this Isla Socorro, which is part of Mexico, is just covered with these gigantic footprints. And then you have the salt residue that is, you got to imagine if somebody was that big, it would just be gallons and hundreds and thousands of gallons just coming off the person's body. There's another print. More salt water. All these salt deposits. But literally, there's huge footprints all over this island. Heel, and then the edge of the foot. Another one. As you can imagine, there's the salt water. It almost looks like they're barefoot at this point. I mean, a clear defined heel, and then instep, and then the end of the foot. And look at the streams of water that have come off of this. As well, you'd imagine something that big would create just gushers of water. Another footprint. And just to give you a little more sense of scale here, we're going to go down this hill. The only thing that's man-made would be this landing strip right here. As you can see, it sits in the path of, one of the places where the water was gushing. And what do you know? There's another footprint. In actuality, where the runway is, it looks like there was another print somewhere in here too. God, even looks like a toe print right there. It's probably is not as defined as that first print I showed you, just because, you know, you figure something that big, you know, coming out of water would, you know, start making the footprints look a little obscured, but at the same time, I would call those footprints nonetheless. Another footprint with water that has just been gushed out of it. You got more right here. Looks like a heel, or the end of the foot. There's the heel. Another footprint. I'm not an alarmist or any of that, but my God, when you see stuff like this, it's so obvious that something was trouncing around on this island at one time. I ain't saying it was recent or a long time. I don't know. All I'm showing you is the stuff I found on Google Maps that indicate that there was something quite big. What appears to me is walking around on this island at one time. I don't know if it was recent, 100,000 years ago or what, but to me, it's just like, you don't have to be a detective to see that something at one time was walking around on this island, but not to our scale, quite a bit bigger. But there's footprints all over this island. If you guys want to check it out, it's Isla Socorro. It's about 500 miles south of Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. But like I said, there's what appears to be giant footprints all over this island. So let me know what you think. I mean, this is what the island looks like from afar. That's the name, Isla Socorro. And just give you this one last glimpse of what I mean, attracted me to this was this. I mean, you're looking at the island and you're like, hey, what the heck is that? Unbelievable. Let me know what you think. This is Mitch, over and out.